of Brasilia is the hospital foundation articulated and connected with the University of Brasilia. Currently, is part of the health unit system of Brazil and has its main objective offer an excellent outpatient and medical care to the community, continuing to having higher and higher standards in education, search and services. Nowadays, the hospital is faced with the problem of having long timelines in the emergency outpatient and medical care, so that the long timelines result in expensive time to serve the patient and to all the people that need the medical services. Take a look at the problems generated by the long timelines. The long timelines in surgery generated problems to all the part of the emergency outpatient care of the hospital. The hospital had constantly problems with the usability of surgical rooms, because there's not enough space to attend more than 4 surgeries at the same time. Besides that, they had problems with the inventory management. During the surgeries, the doctors faced with the problem of not having enough medicines to continue the surgery. So the problem wasn't only about the long lines. It provided a lot of different problems that affected all the community. The project of complex process and capacities made a huge research about the complex procedures realized in the hospital, especially on the oncology area. Take a look at the different areas offered by the hospital. Take a look at the areas offered in the hospital services. These are the main areas in oncology surgery. We made a list about all the complex procedures realized in these areas, but we focus especially in urology and general operations. We started the project making a data collection and research about all the different emergencies hospitals here in Brasilia. So we visited a lot of hospitals to know how the system of long lines works there. After this, we made a huge internet research about the University Hospital of Brasilia, trying to getting all the data collection about the complex procedures realized there.
Hi, my name is Vinicius. My part of the project was to do the research. So basically, I split it in 2 steps. The first step, as you can see, it was a World Wide Web, where I did a massive research, and the second step was to talk to specialist doctors, mainly from Brasilia and São Paulo. So I researched on the World Wide Web, and I found an app that you can find on iOS and Android. Here you can see that it has 8 options. We have all we need to fulfill our necessities and to do an amazing project.
With this internet research, we can meet how the hospitals actually works. But this was not enough to know why the long timelines exist in the surgery. So that we had to talk with different employees of the hospital, like doctors and administrators, that explained how the long timelines in the surgery exist. So we specialized in the areas of general operation, of surgery and urology. Take a look at the picture. The doctors didn't have a system of selecting the criteria to the patient in general and urology area. So some patients had benefits beside others that need urgently the surgery.
Part of the job consisted in doing analysis of the medical procedures of urology and general surgeries and comparing them with the total of the complex medical procedures performed in the HUB, the University Hospital of Brasilia. So, and first, I researched now the criteria for the selection of patients for the surgical suite were made, and so then I talked to the Dr. Natalia Vieira of the Heart Institute on the Hospital of Armed Forces of Brasilia, and she told me the criteria has a very greatly from patient to patient, such as age and hereditary diseases, because the older patients need better treatments, the medicals, And after that, I look at the urologic surgeons, and I look of part of the surgeons, what they are most performed by the University Hospital of Brasilia. And I noticed that the major of the patients of this era, they are all male proctology surgeons, because proctology cancer, most Brazilian men don't care about this, So the urology surgeons is the most common of the complex procedures in the HUB. And finally, I compared these procedures of gastrointestinal surgeons with the mortality rate, because the gastrointestinal surgeons can generate some bacterial infections, and that's because the mortality rate of the surgeons are very high. So I saw that, and I understand the criteria for this type of surgeons should be quite meticulous, because that height mortal rate, So for now, that's all. My name is Victor.
With all this data in hand, we made a statistic analysis about the complex procedures that are realized in the hospital and reached at these conclusions. We had to do a system of the selecting criteria that works to all the doctors. This system would help to choose correctly the right patient and organize the sequence of surgery rooms, making more easily to the administrators to manage the rooms and medicines. Making contact all the time with the right stakeholders and with the other groups that are focused in HUB project, we got a lot of some essentials and important informations about how the long lines works. So we could know about the questionnaires that are applied by the doctors in the patients, and we could know about the methods and the system that are applied at these long lines. This analysis could help to our research, so we increase this in all the research that we did.
Well, the objectives of this research is to identify criteria that can define a better way to organize a line of surgery in the Hospital of Brasilia, of the University of Brasilia. These criteria are defined in two big groups. First one is about personal characteristics of the one who's going to make the procedure, and the other one is about complexity of the surgery itself, about the personal characteristics. It says the age, the financial condition of the person, and all the things that make that person characterized in the society. So these are the personal criteria. And the other ones are about the complexity of the surgery that's going to be made, and it tells about the time, also the time that the person waits in the line of surgery, the urgency of that situation. It means that if the person needs the procedure right in the moment, it's a high-level urgency procedure, and the complexity of the procedure. So if it takes time to make that surgery, or if it takes a lot of practitioners and a lot of money to make that procedure, it is a high-level complexity procedure. So these are the basic characteristics that define the criteria of a priority of a person in a surgery line.
The A2B have increasingly a high demand on the emergency and outpatient care. And this project, organized by the fourth semester of Production Engineering program, will certainly give value to the hospital and help with the high standards of the health unit system of Brazil.
Thank you for watching, and that's all.